I mentioned that I had some letters to share, and first I'm going to share some of my own reflections. Ken was always an encourager in my life. It started at a very early age when I was a young girl, 10 years younger than Ken. I was over at their home one time, and Ken and a group of guys were busy washing his car. I think it was a red Volkswagen Beetle. And Ken turned to me and he wanted me to spell words. And he'd throw out a word and ask me to spell, and I'd attempt to spell it, and all the guys would clap and say, "Great job." And then he gave me tougher words. And he'd kind of start looking at the other guys like that, and they'd nod their head and they'd clap. And you know, this was so great for me. I thought this was a wonderful game, and I grew and believed I was a good speller, and just went forward in grade school. And when spelling was part of the studies for the day, I thought, no problem, I'm a good speller, my cousin told me. In later years, I was sharing that with Ken and saying, you know, that had an impact on me as a little kid. And he started laughing. He said, "Kathy, I'm not sure if you're spelling the words right or not, because I can't spell." So that was one experience. And then when I became pastor, and one of the first times I think that Ken ever came to hear me preach in Grand Forks, he and Jim and many of the family came, and they sat in the first pew. Do you notice that's empty tonight? They sat right there and they listened to me preach, and I presided at the table. And at the very end of worship, when I was offering the benediction, I looked over, and here they had taken bulletins with blank backs, and they had numbers on these bulletins, and they were in front of their chests like this. They were scoring me on the Olympic scale. And of course, none of the other congregation could see, because they didn't go like this. They were right here and give me a bad time. They scored me high. And I didn't dare pick on him. Pastor Scott, who you will hear tomorrow, who's Ken and Joanne's pastor, he mentioned the other day, he said, "You should have had them turn around and show the congregation." And I said, "No, because they would have made the congregation clap for me or something." But that was the sense of encouragement I always had from Ken. A lot of joy, great humor. We shared some things. I wanted to be like him, and so when I graduated, I went on to UND and studied marketing in the School of Business. He had Doc Anderson, and I had Doc Albert, like I said. And it was great joy. Another thing we shared was an affection for a mentor, Tom Clifford. And Tom was dean when Ken was a student. Ken said he helped him immensely, and I was fortunate enough to work in Tom's office when I was a student at UND. Ken and I both like quotes, and when I worked for Tom, the UND Centennial was happening, and Tom spoke to the North Dakota legislature, and there was a quote from that I always deeply appreciated, and I have it by my computer at home. Ken, in recent years, when he'd come to Grand Forks for events at UND or to check on his dad, would stay with me, and he commented frequently on this quote, and I'd like to share it with you tonight. It reminds me of Ken, too. "Who can calculate the value of a caring community, a vibrant spirit of teaching and learning, a coming of age in an atmosphere of truth and beauty that entices young people to embrace them? Who can put a price on the value of younger and older people sharing dreams, working together for the less fortunate, planning a better world, espousing great causes with courage and integrity? Whatever the challenges of the next century, we need not fear them. We accept them with a faith and a vision that would not be denied in 1883, not then, not now, not ever." Tom could see things that weren't in place. Ken could see things that weren't in place. Last night, Joanne and I were talking before we went to bed and commenting on all the calls and caring that she and the family are receiving, and how Ken would love to be here tonight and tomorrow with all of you. And he would be very busy if he was here, because those of you who didn't know each other, he'd make sure that you knew each other. he had a great gift for recognizing the gifts in other people and working to put people in touch to make wonderful things happen. Let's keep that spirit going. Ken's work isn't done. It lives in you, and I'm so glad that you are here.